Living in such a fast-paced world, seemingly dominated by just a handful of gigantic conglomerates, it can feel difficult to get unstuck from the habits and traits companies hope their consumers will take on. Generally speaking, this is to act as a repeat customer, where the company has with some level of certainty that sooner or later you'll be back for more of whatever product or service they're offering. Marketing teaches us that as industries continue to progress and create evolutions on their existing products, that what you own is no longer sufficient for your daily means, and that it's time for an upgrade. This is often seen from technology products like your cell phone or your earbuds, but can also make its way to home kitchen appliances like your blender or toaster. Even if these newer products only provide minimal increases in efficiency or very short-lived increases in happiness, our ability to make informed, logical decisions on what we purchase gets clouded by the pull of marketing. This is a problem with the economy at large and is not any individual's fault. However, there are a few simple actions that you can take in order to become a more conscious consumer and help to ensure that you can avoid the fatal buyer's remorse that not only helps to empty your wallet, but in return contributes to our landfills. Far too often do we throw away old tech long before the end of its life cycle due to some minor malfunction or break like a cracked screen on a phone or a missing knob on a toaster. Although in some cases these repairs can actually outweigh the cost to replace the item, oftentimes it only represents a fraction of the cost of the replacement, and if you have the mindset, it can even turn into a fun weekend DIY project, saving you even more money. If the product still has some life in it, regardless of the repair, I recommend doing some research before simply upgrading or replacing the item. Maybe there's a nearby tune-up shop that can give you a quick custom fix, or potentially the component you're having issues with are sold online and there's a quick guide YouTube video that can walk you through the steps of the repair. This strategy by all means does not work in every scenario, but if you're willing to put in some time, you'll be surprised with what you find. Assuming your product is still in working order, holding out a little longer before making each upgrade can end up saving you a fortune over the long run. As an example, I'll use a cell phone. Let's assume that a brand new, top-of-the-line cell phone costs around $1,000. On average, nowadays people generally replace their smartphones every 2 years in order to take advantage of whatever new shiny features are available on that next iteration. That means over the course of a 10-year period, the average user has spent $5,000 on cell phones. For the majority of phone users, their device is still in relatively good condition at the time of upgrade and would have likely been able to comfortably continue using that device for an additional 2 years before making the upgrade. So, if we now assume that as long as the phone is still in working order, that they decide to upgrade their device every 4 years instead of 2, over the same 10-year period, they would have only spent $3,000. And just to make it a little more interesting, if this person were to take that additional money not being spent on excess cell phones and invested it back into the stock market over the same 10-year period, they'd be looking at a total savings value of around $3,300. It should be noted that this example is just looking at the cost difference in time between upgrading cell phones. However, you could alternatively purchase older generation phones from online marketplaces such as eBay or Facebook, which would drastically pull these costs down. Just imagine if this mindset change were to resonate with other products as well, such as TVs, cameras, sporting gear, or even cars. Waiting just a little longer in between upgrades will save you a fortune over the long term. This last tip should assist the previous two by helping to ensure you don't initially give in to temptation, and that's by simply trying to cut the noise. Avoid going through endless product reviews on the internet or through magazines until you're absolutely ready to buy a new product. If a friend makes a comment about how it's time to quote-unquote make an upgrade, simply respond that this still gets the job done for you. Try to buy things only when you're ready to buy them. Don't let tactical marketing schemes or sales promos make the decision for you. That's going to wrap it up for me, everyone. Once again, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope that these changes can make a positive impact on your well-being and help you to live a more sustainable life. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up as it helps to support the channel, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any future content.